Sup guys, Sanders 977 here today to do Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 145 review. Now, in this episode review of Hunter x Hunter, right? Gon is finally back. That's the main point. Gon is finally back. Gon is healed. And you know, Leorio said from the very beginning that his whole motivation for even wanting to get involved in this election, which really wasn't his intention, but you know, it was just a spur of the moment action from him against Gun's father and his whole determination and his sincere feelings. That's what caused people to gravitate towards him, right? And in the last voter turnout right now, in the last voter results, very latest voter results that we saw, right? Leorio has surpassed Pariston in terms of votes, but because his total amount of votes was less than 50%, right? There had to be conditions, so he didn't get to win as how he wanted to. So you know, it turns out to be just basically a face-off between him and Pariston. And in the whole process of Gon coming back, right, to normal, let's say that, yeah, in the process of Gon getting healed again, like Killua, we see this scene with Killua and Aluka, right? And it's when Aluka wakes up, and basically right before Killua goes up to Gon to heal him, he basically says that this will be the last wish that he wants to make from Nanika or something, right? This is the last wish that he wants to make, because it's basically saying that, you know, every time a request is made or something like that, it's basically saying that I'm guessing, well, what I understand from it is that the basic gist is, you know, he's not happy or he doesn't appreciate all the requests and all of the wishes and all of the bad situations that happened in the past up till now from Nanika's request, and even the whole attention towards her powers, because she has some very powerful powers, right, that can reverse anything, that can heal anything, that can grant any wish, right? All that negative attention, he basically wants it to be over with, and he probably only wants Aluka to live a normal happy life as, you know, a normal kid, you know, her age or his age. Right, that's another question. So he basically said that this is the last wish that he wants to make. So when he goes up for Gun's body, for Gun to be healed, right, they're standing beside the hospital bed, and then Nanika calls out for Gun's hand, right? When he reaches in and grabs Gun's hand, we see like it's insane, man. It's hard to think that Gun's body went down to such a low deplorable state. He was almost, you know, his hand looked like a mummy, no joke, right? His hand looked like a real mummy's hand, right? It's hard to believe that Gon was actually alive in that state, right? His hand was frayed. It looked like if Killua pulled too hard, his hand would have broken off, right? Gon was in a very deplorable state, it seems. And you know, it really came to my realization that, you know, only power of a caliber of Aluka or something along those lines, where it's that much power, that powerful, only something along those lines would be powerful enough to bring Gon back to normal work, you know, a normal condition. Because Gon's hand basically looked like a mummy. I wasn't even sure if he was, you know, I was even doubting myself, like, whoa, would Aluka really be able to heal Gon in that condition, right? I was even doubting myself. So, you know, Gon was very low down there in terms of the state of his body wasn't good at all. And so when Nanika started to heal Gon, right, at that very moment we saw this huge surge of power going on. And you know, we actually remember the scene where Aluka healed Subone's hand, right? The amount of power that was generated that time compared to this time is very different. And I'm guessing that this time, with that immense amount of aura, that immense amount of power gushing out, that even the guys in, you know, even the guys who are undertaking the election, right? Cole, Shield, Pariston, they all felt this. Only Lurio, it seemed, didn't felt it. Even Jin felt it, right? Only Lurio, it seemed, didn't felt it because he was so gung ho about wanting to save Gon that, you know, he wasn't noticing what's going on. But everyone felt it, even for a very good distance away from the hospital, right? There was an immense amount of power gushing out, and Shield even said that it's not like anything that she've sensed before. So, you know, this amount of power, and I'm guessing that this amount of power is needed to reverse all those severe restrictions and, you know, those severe things that Gon did to himself to gain that immense amount of power, right? So yeah, it makes perfect sense that only something along the lines of caliber of Alucard's power would be able to heal Gon. Normal exorcists, they would die in the process of trying to reverse anything like that. So, you know, that was interesting. We see an immense amount of power gushing out, and Illumni is off in the corner watching everything going on, and, you know, he basically gets excited by what he sees because apparently he's power hungry and he wants to wield that power for himself. So he now witnesses firsthand the capabilities of Alucard's power, right? And he has decided that he wants to use his power firsthand. So he's no longer wanting to kill Alucard. His main goal at this point is wanting to use Alucard as his puppet, you know, under his control. So, you know, he was there laughing, you know, getting excited, even gushing out his own aura while this was all going down. And back to the chairman election scene, right when Pariston felt that surge of energy, he smiled because he now realized that yes, he truly has won. Gon, he knew that that was a cue for Gon getting healed, right? And that man, this guy Pariston, he's no joke. He's very smart, he's very intelligent. And when Sheila at the end of this episode came up to him admitting that she's defeated, wanting to ask him when did he know that he was going to win, and he basically said, way back from when Gon said that, from when Jin said that Gon wouldn't die. And he basically explains that for Jin to say that, he knows that there must have been means for Gon to survive, and he knows that if he could put his faith in that, his trust in that, then ultimately if things work out in that way, then he will end up winning the election. But he in fact said that where things actually went not according to plan was when Jin dropped out of a competition from Lurio's attack, and where Lurio started to come in. But also interesting, at that time when Lurio started to come in and shout about how he wanted to save Gon, it was basically, you know, too easy for Pariston. He basically knew that at that point he'd most likely have won. Once Gon gets healed, Lurio would just lose all interest, and that is precisely what's happened in this episode. So Shield and Co trying to undermine Pariston in that way by turning their voter amounts over to Lurio actually worked against what they initially wanted, right? They wanted to keep Pariston from becoming the chairman, right? But, you know, because of the fact that they gave their votes to Lurio, and since Gon is healed, and, you know, now Lurio, I'm sure, has no absolute interest in this competition anymore, the default winner will be Pariston. So Pariston has won, right? And he predicted all of this shit. He knew that, or he was basically predicting that the last place final opponent for him would be actually Jin, right? And he said that he predicted that Jin would actually win. But that incident with Lurio where Jin dropped out, at that point he knew that he would win. So this guy Pariston, he's no joke. He's very intelligent. He outsmarted Shield, Cow, all of them, right? He outsmarted them easily. They had no clue what the hell was going on. No clue what the hell. You know, they just played right into his hands.
And then the very last scene in this episode, when Gon finally realizes that his father is sitting down there right in the front row seat, right? Gon's goal for this entire series thus far has been to meet his father, and it's right within his grasp. So overall, I thought that this was an awesome episode of Hunter x Hunter. So many things happen on so many levels, and I loved it very much. So overall, that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.